Hey, welcome to Pictorial Reviews. I'm TJ, and what we have here is Fansproject's RiftShot core and Recoiler core, the latest in their Warbot series of robots, and they go to complement Revolver core. They're actually using the same mold with some slight changes and things like that, but they also come with additions for both themselves and Revolver that form Ultra Revolver core, which we'll go over today. But I want you to take a quick look at their boxes. Standard boxes and stuff like that. Actually get the bots out of the way here. Packages has been standard ever since Defender. Focus. But what's cool is that they come with inserts for the side of the boxes, and they also come with one for Revolver's box, so that you can get consistent artwork through the three. So you'll see Ultra Revolver core, RiftShot, and Recoiler. Okay, so we'll keep the boxes like they are. They make kind of a cool background. But just so you can see what you get out of the box for each. Alright, RiftShot, you get him. Or this is the core actually. This is RiftShot. 2 pistols on each of them. And those are just their standard weapons. And for the additional upgrade kits or whatever, RiftShot comes with 2 big hands, 2 halves of a hammer, as well as 2 handle pieces. Wow. Recoiler comes with a big sniper rifle. I actually have Revolver's gun still attached to it. Jeez, that's tight. Get that out of there. Alright. So, sniper rifle, pretty cool. Get it? Recoil. And 2 big feet. So, there you go. That's what's in the box. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at these robots. Alright, now looking at the robot modes on these guys, go ahead and start with their core robots here. Alright, and you see they are different. This one has the visor and stuff like that, where RiftShots has more of the multicolored, I guess more of an armored helmet, if you want to call it like that, even though helmets are armor in general. Alright. They share the same basic body shape, but you can see the detailing and stuff like that is different throughout them. And they did a really good job on that. They could have just made these all, you know, recolors of the exact same bot, just like Steel Core, you know. They share the same basic shape as him too, because they're all interchangeable. Where these are, I'd call them backmasters. They go on the back of the robots. Steel Cores goes on his chest, and you know, you could all swap them out, put them in the different places and stuff like that. They all peg in just the same. So, just transforming these guys. Really quick transformation. Boom, boom. You don't have to turn their head backward either if you want to just tilt it back. You are good to go. Alright. And that's how they plug in right there. Go ahead and plug each of them in. And of course I make it look way harder than it is. And then you just put those pieces back over. There you go. Same thing here. Alright. Sorry if you hear my snoring dog in the background. It's bedtime for him. Alright. From the back, they look exactly the same, the 2 bots. Minus, you know, literally the back of their head. The tampon on their forearm is unique for each of them. Those actually make the hood of their cars. Let's take a look at some of that detailing actually. Okay. There you go. There you go. Now from the front, you'll see RiftShot actually has some hints of orange on his shoulders. Where Recoiler doesn't. And they do share the same, I guess, not super tight ankles that Revolver himself has. Can't really stand it. Alright. And it might be a little hard to see, but he has the same emblem on his forearms. And he has it in orange, as well as some more decoing on the chest. But what's cool is that these are actually tampoed on, so you don't feel like pain or anything raised when you run your hand over them. It's really well done. Outside of that, I believe those are the only specific detailings on them. That's just regular, paint and stuff like that. Alright. And what's cool on RiftShot is that since he's a sniper, he does have the visors that go down there, which is really cool. And even the visors have detailing on. Really neat. So even though they share a mold of Revolver, they did a good job at making them their own characters, for sure. Gotta give kudos for that. I'll just use one of them, going over the basic posability here. Alright, in case you guys haven't seen the Revolver review. Okay, the heads are on ball joints. As you can see, it just popped off. So, side to side movement and stuff like that. Some up and down movement, not much. But it just comes with the territory of this mold, it seems like. So none of them can really do it. Shoulder articulation, in and out, below the armor. Elbow rotation. Bicep swivel. Wrist swivel. Waist swivel. Good rotation at the thighs. Thigh swivel. Double jointed knees, which is cool. And then ankles that tilt in and out and to the side. So even though they're loose, these guys can hold a variety of poses. Alright. With him here, make sure his gun's extended out. It's really cool for him because he does have that sniper rifle feature. Tilt the hand up like he's holding it. Something like that. So just really cool stuff. And they do, of course, come with their standard pistols. Their standard pistols. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to put him to the side. And I'm going to take a look at the upgrade pieces real quick. Alright, so taking a look at the accessories that they come with for Revolver, or their additional accessories in general, because you can use them for them too. He comes with the hands, as well as the pieces for the hammer. They can also be used as cluster missile packs on his backpack. And he comes with feet. So taking a look at how these look separately, just place his feet in. There we go. That's that. It increases their height from, I would say, looking at this here, just about 7 inches to about 7 1/4. So 1/4 inch height difference. Not huge on a ruler, but pretty significant when you think about the scale of toys. Alright. So for him, notice I have the tops of his hands upwards. You just rotate his hands inwards. The fist peg in. They also peg into the sides of his forearm, and they peg on the top as well. So everything all clipped in. Even though they basically just both come with halves of the Ultra Revolver core, I really think that the arm set is better. You have to get both of them to get either of them, so it's not like you get one and then you're screwed over or anything like that, because they both come as a set. But I like the hands a lot more than the feet, especially along with the hammer. So putting the hammer together, just that, boom, boom. Now on the inside of the hand, there's a hole there, and the hammer actually goes in there. So there you go. There's the hammer. The only thing that sucks is you can't legitimately hold the hammer with both hands, so we'll go ahead and use that bottom peg. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. Because it doesn't turn. There's not enough posability there to make that work. So that sucks, but alright, there's that. Mr. Big Hands and Mr. Big Feet. And what's cool about these feet, one thing I wanted to note, is that for ankle tilt and stuff like that, of course they have it built in, but there's actually like a piston over here on the side that goes in and out. So really well engineered, upgrade pieces there. Like, a lot of thought put into that. That's impressive. But okay. There you have a look at how the upgrade parts look. Get his feet planted. Okay. Now on to the vehicle modes. Alright guys, now we're taking a look at the vehicle modes. They're already transformed. I'm going to go ahead and include a link right here in the video that you can click so that you can actually go see the Revolver core transformations, and it's all the same. But once again, we have RiftShot core, Recoiler core, and once again, same molding as Revolver core. So unfortunately, like the minor gripe that I have with Revolver core, I have with these guys too, which is the non-working treads. Not that the treads don't necessarily work, but they couldn't have any kind of wheels in line or anything like that. So it's really just the front tires pulling them when you roll them. But I guess the front tires is better than nothing. And of course, RiftShot and Recoiler, they can ride inside of their core R's while they're in alt mode. But okay, pretty plain Jane. They don't have the additional guns that Revolver core has, so they don't have anything like on the sides or anything like that. Just for comparison's sake, just so you can see how he looks with the guns and stuff like that in comparison. Just adds a little bit more flavor to it. Okay. But as we've already looked at, they do come with the upgrades. Actually, Recoiler core has this large gun that he can use. You can stick that on any of the 1 million ports he has. If you want to do it like that even. But just for sight's sake, go ahead and put that there. Now, the hands that he comes with become bumpers here. There's a peg that you just peg into the side of the wheel rail. Well, And then the top of the fingers has a peg that pegs down. So pegging on the side. Oh, you got to make sure to get it around the bumper. Duh. You see that? And it just slides right over. Alright, so there's the additional front end. Again, I think RiftShot's the, I guess, big winner when it comes to the accessories, because he just seems to get a bit more. Alright, so take the window down for his. The two halves here, they just clip together. Two pegs in the front. One like clip thing in the middle that clips onto the seat. And then these two pegs just naturally clip into the rear top here. So I always go by the front first, because once you kind of got that, the rest just follows. And to help with the back pegs, it does have these two pieces that clip on the back too. Okay, so there's that. Now you have the armored top. These two pieces for the sledgehammer. They actually peg to the bottom to make it additional exhaust pieces. And then these two halves of the hammer. Let's go right there. So there's RiftShot, all armored up in alt mode. And there's Recoiler. Alright, there's that. Alright, and what we're doing now is taking a look at the ultimate goal of these included add-ons that came with RiftShot core and Revolver, or Recoiler core, which is Ultra Revolver core. So we're actually going to move RiftShot and Recoiler out of the way. And what we have here, two Revolver cores. Alright, one's obviously in robot mode, one's in alt mode, and we're going to show how the upgrades affect both modes of that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with the alt mode first. We're just doing the exact same things that we did with the other two. But what's cool is that their weapons can combine and stuff like that, so it's a little bit more. Alright, we're taking RiftShot's bumper add-ons. Can I really say bumper? It's more just front end. Beefing out the front end. Alright. Take that window down. And now I just left things as is. Remember, we're just pegging it in the front, clipping the seat, and kind of falling from there. But my front pegging isn't coming off too pro. Alright. The rest was a cinch. Okay. So you can see that he still has his two weapons here, revolvers, as well as Recoiler's gun. So what we're going to do, Revolver is more, it's kind of like a mini cannon blaster that combines with the big sniper rifle from Recoiler. Okay, that just goes right there. That one pegs into the top on the other side. Okay, and what you see, crazy enough, is a really nice throwback to Roadbuster. And it's alt mode. I even argue to say that this alt mode is better than the one that we've seen from Hasbro coming later this year, which is crazy. But it also sucks that it takes add-ons to do it, you know, for people who didn't want to buy the additional two. Alright, so there's that. Rather than having to go through a whole big transformation thing and stuff like that, you just take these parts off and put them on the bot mode bot. So, it unsnaps so easy that it's crazy. Okay. Oh. So I don't double up on revolver weapons here. Let me make sure to put those back. Alright. And now we have a bunch of stuff. Alright. We'll disassemble RiftShot's parts here. We gotta make the feet. Alright. So just unclip it. Everything just goes together so perfect. I know it was, you know, obviously made for these bots. They're all the same mold, so it's a little bit easier to have everything, you know, work fluidly between all of them, but it just worked out well. They did really good with the advanced thought on the upgrade kit, some of the other bots, and these characters have actually been around since the Warbot Defender comic, so they had been playing for some time. Okay, so now you have big feet Revolver. Let's go ahead and beef out his hands too. So for this, simple, and we're turning around a thumb. Obviously, making a fist. Okay. So for the hands, you want to turn them like so. And then they just peg into the side and on the top. Okay. The only thing that I wish it maybe came with, I don't know how it will work, is maybe something to beef out the torso. Because even though it looks, I would say, infinitely better with the upgrades on, not that it's a bad looking toy to begin with, but if it just had something to beef out the middle more, you know? Okay. There we have it. Alright. So, once again, the overall height increase, it goes to about 7¼ inches tall, so, you know, Voyager, taller Voyager scale. Now you can do anything you want when it comes to how you want to organize these weapons. 1,000,001 ways you can configure them. But this is the standard. Okay? Take half of the hammer. And there's a peg on the back. Right there. Small peg. Right here. Of course, still give it the, wrap the fingers around it for support. There you go. He keeps the same posability and stuff like that. And I did forget to take the hammer pieces off of RiftShot there. And they just clip into his back. But you'll see he has pegs on his sides, on his feet. There are lots of options for weapon storage, which is pretty cool. So one of my favorite setups, actually, I wouldn't really call it a fan mode because it's just different weapon storage, but I like it. I really like the way that these cluster packs look on his back. Get some of that light out of the way. Jeez. Okay. But then you've got this. You can make a more miniature gun. I take these hammer pieces off the back. put the gun on the back instead. Okay. The hammer pieces. Going on the side there. Now you can either store this on his back, or just like in his alt mode, you can clip it and make it more of a beefed out gun. Alright. So, like I said, I prefer that when he's not holding the hammer. Alright. And it's cool that the fingers are posable there, because then you could have him actually hold the gun out like so. Get him in a decent pose there. Make sure those are clipped. And there you go. That is all of that darn light ultra revolver core. More top to bottom view. And boom, there you have it. Right, so final thoughts on this set. Definitely worthwhile, especially for the upgrades to make the Ultra Revolver core, shown here in the back. And good looking bots on their own too, you know, what they did with the different tampos, different head sculpts, and even the color schemes of their own, more of the vegetable flavor I'd say, look really, really, really good. In fact, they have tampos in general where outside of his chest, Revolver Core really doesn't. So they did really good with the decoing, remolding, things like that, even though it's just slight remolding heads and stuff. But yeah, they really knocked it out of the park with this one. The only thing I really didn't like was that a Fansproject core. These, for me, I believe they were like either 179 or 189, something like that. But there was no discounted price for buying the two of them together. You know, and I wish they would have done that since you had to buy the two together. You know, I'm sure there's a certain cost for production and things like that, so not knowing that, I'm not saying it was wrong for them to do, but something I wish was different for sure. Especially since, you know, they came with the upgrade parts for Revolver and things like that, and that was a huge selling point for them, you know? But either way, even if you didn't get Revolver, I'd still say that these two bots are worth it. They make great additions to your collection on their own. They've definitely got that record style vibe going on. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, you know, but people have said that they remind them of Rack and Ruin. Me, not really seeing it, especially since there's no real combined mode. The fan modes that I've seen look like crap, just combining the two arms together and things like that since they're like conjoined twins. That kind of deal. But anyway, once again, definitely worth it. I really like them, really like the upgrades, and overall, just a good looking set. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I've just launched a Facebook page. Gonna go ahead and put the link in the description box. So go ahead and like that. Don't have a Twitter, but definitely if you have any comments or anything like that, or anything you want to see me review now that I'm back in the role of doing this, let me know. Thanks for watching again. Have a great one.